Hey, how's it going, fam? Today is Wednesday, August 7th, 2024, and I'm back with another episode. Before I go in, as always, I want to thank all of you that have taken the time to go over to my son's channel, Illuminated D, to consume the content. We much appreciate that. For all of you that have thought it something of value to subscribe to the channel, my son and I, we also appreciate that. You know, fam, if this one don't apply to you, cool. But if it does, it's just something to think about. If you are one of those people that seek validation every day through clicks, likes, posts, if you are the superficial person that only sees what someone else can do for you while not being willing to do the same thing in return, if you think that you have reached the pinnacle of success and you have truly made it to the top, if you need social media, Instagram, posting all these provocative pictures, thirst traps, just to see the validation of men to overinflate your ego. If you see men as disposable, nothing more than what they can do for you and not do a damn thing for them. If you thinks the sun rises on your face and sets on your ass, if you think that this over-validation from men is going to go on and on and on and it ain't never gonna stop, although it's gonna come a point in time that it will. If you one of these men that seek to over-validate a woman's ego because you like dick control, sexual discipline, if you are one of those guys that are so emotional that if a man just looks in the direction of your lady, you get up in arms and you want to throw hands. If you think men that you look a certain way, you drive a certain kind of car, you have a certain amount of money in your bank account, if you men don't see the value in hard work and dedication, if you men, those of you that sit in judgment of other dudes, basically hating because these other dudes don't want to pander, simp, and do the things that today's modern woman wants them to do, I got something to tell all of you that what I just said, if it applies to you. Life has a way of humbling you down. See, so you think you know everything while knowing nothing. Life has a way of humbling you down. For those of you that really think the gravy train gonna keep on riding and it's gonna be good times, life has a way of humbling you down. Even when you do everything right and you try to be the best person that you can be, even still, life has a way of humbling you down. Women, it's going to come a time that you're going to wish that you protected your womb, that you saw the value in the regular man, the blue collar workers. Life has a way of humbling you down. But I know, all y'all think, you already knew. You already knew. But I'm telling you, life truly has a way of humbling you down. We live in a world that's based on intrinsic value, what you're driving, how big your chain is, how big your cock is. Everybody is trying to be something that they're not. Everybody walking around in camouflage. But there's going to come a time that life is going to humble you down. And no matter how much you try to hide behind the mask, behind the makeup, behind the car, behind the house, behind the bank account, that won't be enough. Because here's the thing. I know millionaires that are not happy. I have known men that was doing very well in life, but for whatever the reason, they committed suicide. I have seen and known women that have taken advantage of good dudes. And they had no problem with still going out there, sleeping around, and then having the audacity to bring that used up punani back to the man that is providing for her. Ma'am, I can assure you that life has a way of humbling you down. As I was out and about today, I like to watch people. I watch the women, I watch the men, I just watch people. And not because I'm weird, but because a career field that I spent well over half my life in some capacity or another trying to look out for the everyday man. See, there's a thing that says that there's nothing more honorable than a man who will lay his life down for his brother. There is nothing more honorable that a woman protects her womb and chooses to save herself as best she can, because I know how it is nowadays. Virgins probably don't exist anymore. I'm not going to say they don't exist, but you all know what I mean. We talking about when a woman get to be a certain age, statistically speaking, I just don't know what the ratio would be as to, how many women nowadays are virgins. But even if that don't apply to you ladies, you don't have to run up your body count. Preserve your womb as best you can. Life has a way of humbling you down. When you think you just know everything, when you just don't understand and you don't think there ain't no room to grow. It ain't no room to grow, but let me tell you, life has a way of humbling you down. I ain't gonna hold your family, but I tell you, I want to come on this thing and I want to talk to you because I know you're busy. I know it's Wednesday and it's the day before preseason football starts, and I understand for most of you, some of you, but not all of you, that's what it's all about. Yeah, I enjoy football too, but I am not confused, and I am not in a state of delusion that every day I don't go out, that I don't recognize that the way society is now, some see me driving a nice whip, or see me with a flimsy gold chain, whatever reason they need to take from me, to take from you, and even kill you if that's what it came down to separate you from your property. People, I've been walking this earth back and forth to and from. But no, I didn't walk the whole planet. But I can tell you this, I definitely been to a whole lot of places and seen a whole lot of faces. But even when I was thirsting for success and I was willing to go to the ends of the earth, because that's literally what I did to make that money, the Bible, which is the basic instructions before leaving the earth, says the root of all money is the root of all evil. And as I sit and think about the people that I know, both young, old, men, women, that are no longer here in this dimension anymore, no longer breathing, I can't no longer pick up the phone and call them and say, hey, how you doing? I can't send them a text because they're not here anymore. Even through all of the fabulous career, to the outside person looking in, man, that dude's got it going on. He's successful. But at the end of the day, life humbled Big D down. And it wasn't until I got to a point in life that I finally understand what it's all about. What this thing called life is all about. What this journey is all about. It's about growth. Personal growth. But above all, mental growth. But if you're one of them people who you think you already know everything, you think you know everything. But I'm here to tell you, life will humble you down. I promise you that. Ain't gonna hold you, fam. But I want to reiterate this, and I want to hammer it home. Ladies, stop being delusional. This ride of delusion is not going to last. It's not going to last. Everything that is born of a woman will grow old, wither, and eventually return back to that from whence it came. Stop moving the way you're moving. Stop taking these regular, degular, mediocre dudes for granted. Because I'm telling you, we in trying times. And all this, you refuse to go half and half, 50-50. Let me tell you something. Not all men gonna have the ability to retire you. But we are getting in the days where black women are just as likely to die as black men. And no matter what you think, the ride of delusion is going to come to an end. Because life going to have a way of humbling you down. And when you find and realize it, life is going to humble you by way of the stretch marks, by way of the wrinkles, by way of you don't look how you look when you was 20, 25, 28. Bodies and babies later, life has a way of humbling you down. Men, if you think the only way is the easy way, the quick way, the fast money, the dope money, I guarantee you, I've told you before, in the game of life, if you ain't getting it on the legal side, then you committing a crime. And eventually, you're going to get caught. Because as I've always said, the police only got to be good 1% of the time. You better be hitting on all 99% of the time. Nobody's perfect. And thus, you will get caught. And you're going to get served up some time. Depending on what your criminal offense was, you're going to get served up some time because that is the way it is. And as you behind those bars, the years of life passing you by, and I've told you before, I've worked in a prison before. The only difference was I got the opportunity to go home at the end of my shift, but I felt like I was in prison. It was draining me. And I knew that I had to move on. Those was possibly the worst 2.5 years of my life that I ever spent on a job, and I had a whole bunch of them. Listen, man, do it the right way, because if not, life has a way of humbling you down. YouTube family, I got much love for every one of you. And always remember this: be more tomorrow than you were yesterday.